You brought them your heart like an offering. Every laugh, every drawing, every small miracle of discovery, you held it out, waiting for their eyes to catch, waiting to be chosen. But their gaze was always elsewhere, on work, on worry, on themselves, on anything but you. And so you learned to live in absence. At first you told yourself it was temporary, that if you shined brighter, if you behaved better, if you became easier to love, they would finally turn toward you. You rehearsed the right words, the right silences. You shaped yourself into what you thought they wanted. And still, the gaze never came. Do you remember how it felt? That hollow space where attention should have been? That ache under your ribs when you realized your joy was not enough to move their eyes? That is the wound you still carry. Because a child does not just want to be loved. A child wants to be seen. And when the eyes you longed for never arrived, you began to wonder if you were visible at all. That question never left you. It follows you now, into every room you enter, into every hand you reach for. You feel it when someone looks away too quickly. You hear it in the silence after you speak. You fear that no matter what you do, you will always be the child holding out their heart to empty air. And so you try harder, even now. You overgive, overplease, overperform, still chasing a gaze that never comes. You mistake attention for affection, approval for love. You mistake being chosen for being worthy, because somewhere inside, the child in you still waits, still hopes, still wonders what it would feel like to finally be seen. But listen, their absence was not your fault. Their blindness was not proof of your invisibility. It was theirs, their inability to look, their refusal to turn. You were never too small, too loud, too needy. You were only a child, offering what children always offer, everything. And everything should have been enough. But they did not see you, and that wound became your shadow. Yet here is the truth. The gaze you waited for will not come. Not from them. Not in the way you hoped. And if you spend your life waiting, you will stay frozen in that moment, holding out your heart to someone who will never take it. So what now? Do you keep waiting? Or do you turn your own eyes inward toward the child who has been waiting all these years? Because that child is still here, still holding the toy, the drawing, the laughter, still aching for recognition. And you are the only one who can give it now. See them, speak their name, hold their heart the way you wished it had been held. Let your gaze land steady and unflinching on the self you buried beneath years of silence. And in that moment, you will understand. You were never invisible. You were never unseen. You were always waiting for the wrong eyes. The parent who never saw you cannot change, but you can. You can choose to see yourself, and when you do, the ghost of their absence will finally lose its grip.